The high-level summit brought together leaders and representatives from across the African continent to deliberate the future of Somalia's security, the transition of the African Union peace mission, and the broader regional efforts to counter terrorism and restore stability.
From a collapsed state, we have always advised the Somalis about the concept of a volunteer army for national salvation, not a paid army. This is because a collapsed or a hijacked state will not have capacity to pay monthly salaries for a large enough number of soldiers to secure a large country like Somalia, which is 3 times the size of Uganda in land area.
Reflecting on Africa's own struggles with dictatorship and instability, President Museveni invoked the spirit of Pan-African solidarity that once aided Uganda during the fight against Idi Amin.
I used a small corps of 28 highly trained cadres who were trained for us by Samora Machel of Mozambique between 1976 and 1978 in Mozambique to train a force of 9,000 in just 5 months between the 23rd of October 1978 and the 11th of April 1979 when Amin collapsed in Kampala.
In his keynote address, President Museveni delved deep into the ideological foundations of Uganda's post-conflict recovery, development, and national unity.
We, the wealth creators of this area, produce milk, beef, bananas, fruits, oilseeds, coffee, cotton, etc. You need the East African and African market. Hence, the second ideological principle of the national resistance movement, our political movement, is Pan-Africanism, prosperity.
He emphasized the 4 guiding principles of the national resistance movement, NRM: patriotism, Pan-Africanism, socio-economic transformation, and democracy. He cautioned against the politics of identity, sectarianism, and clan divisions. He cautioned against the politics of identity, sectarianism, and clan divisions, warning that these were dangerous distractions that could derail Africa's progress. Commenting on Somalia's challenges, President Museveni criticized the underfunding of the Somali National Army and the African Union mission, describing it as an underdose that had prolonged the country's instability.
A continued small Somali National Army in terms of numbers, plus a small AUSSOM force from friends is a very dangerous underdose that has caused the chronic sickness of insecurity of Somalia. In fact, Al-Shabaab is a very weak force. Otherwise, all this time and space you have given them, by this time they would be very strong if they had a healthy embryo that could grow. This is my opinion.
On his part, His Excellency Hassan Sheikh Mohamud, the President of the Federal Republic of Somalia, expressed deep appreciation to President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni and the people of Uganda for their warm hospitality and steadfast support towards the stabilization and recovery of Somalia.
I would also like to express my deep appreciation to the troop-contributing countries of the African Transmission Mission in Somalia, ATMIS, the African Union Support and Stabilization Mission in Somalia, AUSSOM, and all our partners for their unwavering commitment and support in the fight against terrorism. Together, we have accomplished great success and much more needs to be done in eradicating Al-Shabaab from Somalia and from the region. Our pursuit of a peaceful and stable future remains to be a top priority, and the role played by our countries have been indispensable in providing us with your time, resources, and your very lives. We honor your sacrifices, and we assure you that it is not in vain.
It is paramount to consolidate those gains in making AUSSOM fully operational. In the same vein, the federal government of Somalia should speed up the fourth generation process for more sustainable frontline positions of the Somali security forces. The Commission also urged the federal government of Somalia to pursue its political efforts in the state institution building processes. This will certainly include a greater inclusivity at the level of the National Consultation Council with the participation of all federal states. And we recognize here that His Excellency President Hassan Sheikh Mahmoud has convened a meeting early May to invite all federal states to come and start dialogue with him and with the federal government. We congratulate President Hassan Sheikh for that. Your Excellency, Somalia has been at the top of the African Union peace agenda close to 20 years now. Despite the financial challenges, the African Union will continue to support peace and stability in Somalia.
In conclusion, Chairperson Yusuf reiterated the African Union Commission's dedication to the success of AUSSOM and the broader mission of achieving lasting peace and stability in Somalia. Marion Awori for UBC.